What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself, the best one, Donnie, here with...
What is up? It's the We Are Wrestling mascot, Casual Cam.
And today, what are we going to be doing, Cam?
We are doing a challenge.
That's right, so Cam and I, we are going to be going face to face. And we have a Royal Rumble bracket / pool for both the women and the men's Royal Rumble. We're going to get into the rules and all that in just a moment. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know, the grind is real. And just a couple quick reminders before we do get into the rules. This Saturday for the WWE Royal Rumble, if you're looking for somebody to watch one of the big PLEs with, We Are Wrestling will be doing a live watch along. So if you guys want to see us get friggin' rowdy here at the Best One House, highly recommend joining the stream. We love interacting with you maniacs. And the second thing, if you guys didn't check out yesterday's episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, which every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live episodes all year long, we did our WWE 2025 Royal Rumble predictions, and let me tell you, it was really good. But today, Cam and I, we are going to pretty much predict who's going to land at what number in both the women's and the men's Rumble 1 to 30. And this is something new that we're doing here, and I know, Cam, you're always up to a good challenge. I love myself a challenge as well, so the rules are pretty much simple. Cam and I, we both made our own brackets. We have 30 women, 30 men in the Royal Rumble, and we made a list 1 to 30, and the way that this is going to work is, if we get the superstar correct, we get 1 point, but if we get the superstar and the number that we're predicting that they're going to come out to, we get 3 points instead of 1. So whoever has the most points wins this little challenge. Obviously, we won't know who won because this is before the Royal Rumble happens, and within the next couple weeks, whoever loses will probably do some type of forfeit and like a YouTube short, post it on the social medias. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but are you ready for this challenge, Cam? So, yeah, I'm ready for this. And with the Royal Rumble, it's so unpredictable. You never know who's going to be coming out to what. And that's what makes this fun. And you never know, Cam could have somebody at like maybe number 10 and they actually come out to number 10. That's 3 points. He's getting an extra point for that.
Cool.
So to be honest with you, it's anybody's game. So we'll start off with the Women's Royal Rumble. Cam will go through your 30 and then we'll go through mine.
Okay. I'll kind of rapid fire this because we got 60 people to cover for the women's, so...
Well, we got 30 for the women, 30 for the men.
I said 60 because 30 women for me, 30 women for you.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You got me there with the Steiner math.
Okay. So, my number one. Am I saying my number one?
Yep.
My number one, I went with Nia Jax. For number two, I had a little surprise in there because, you know, I like to see a surprise early. I put Masha Slamovich.
TNA Knockouts champion. I do feel like she will be in the Rumble too. I did have her on mine.
And WWE are doing a partnership. Number three, I just had to put someone random in here, so I put Ivy Nile. Number four.
Gotta have your fillers.
Yep, most of these are fillers. They're like 1 through 10 are fillers. Number 4 is BFAB, which I didn't even know if she's injured or active. I don't even know.
No, she is active. I did see her on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. I think she wrestled Piper Niven.
That's good. Number 5, Shayna Baszler. Number 6, speaking of Piper, I put her at number 6.
Chelsea Green's girl. Chelsea Green's girl.
Number 7, I put Candice LeRae. She's been popular last couple
Nia
weeks.
Jax's girl.
Number 8, everyone's favorite, even Nick Aldis's favorite, Chelsea Green.
No, can't. Pause. You
What?
can't just go Chelsea Green. You gotta go Chelsea Green.
It's Chelsea Green.
There you go. Can't be casual when you're saying her name.
Sorry. Number 9, I put Caden Carter. You always have to have a tag team in there. There's always a tag team in there, so.
I don't know about you, Cam. I want to know your thoughts on that, though. Like, when it comes to, like, tag teams, like, in the Royal Rumble. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you like them, or you feel like it's a waste of space?
Waste of space.
I 1000% agree with you on that one. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, every time I see, like, a tag team in there, I'm like, you could have added, like, a singles guy in there.
I'm like, if you see a tag team, I'm like, oh, say you see this person, oh, that means the other person's going to be coming out.
Unless you're, like, flipping, like, heads and tails, like Crime Time.
I know, but still,
But
I don't like
rare
tag
when
teams.
that
They shouldn't be in
happens.
them. What am I at?
You are at
10?
number 10.
Number 10, I put a little surprise in here. I think she should be showing up because I heard she will be in Indy on Saturday. Number 10, Mickie James. She is doing the...
I don't know, man. She did retire from TNA.
But
this
she
is risky.
She is doing the Indy Con that day.
Yeah, but there's a lot of former WWE stars and legends that do that WrestleCon thing.
So...
But then again, like, there's people that do come out of retirement to show up in the Rumble, so, like, it's not impossible. It is possible, but very risky.
so many people keep saying Michelle McCool is going to be in there, so.
That is true.
So, number 11, I put Katana Chance, her Carter's partner, because I've noticed with these tag teams, they usually, the first one comes out, and then the next 2 picks are usually the partner, because they're getting beat up.
Kaden and Katana are so talented, in my opinion. I just don't like the character work. Like, they just have, like, no personality on the screen, I feel like.
Number 12, I put Natalya. I just think she's showing up. She has to be. She's always in the Rumble. Unfortunately. Number 13, I put Naomi. Number 14, a little surprise in here, I put Cora Jade.
All right, I like that. She's been doing some stuff with TNA, too, recently.
Number 15, I see this girl going into the Final 4, Io Sky.
Ooh, and Final 4 contender. Okay.
16, another little surprise. I put Gail Kim.
That will surprise me if this actually does happen, because I know she hasn't been active in the ring, I want to say, since 2019. I think her last match was with Tessa Blanchard.
See, I didn't know any of this, okay.
That's why you got the Casual Cam nickname. Glad I'm not facing Phil in this.
I'm just putting online stuff, okay? I'd rather have Gail Kim in there than a no-name person.
Trust me, I'd rather have Gail Kim too. Like, if this happens, I'm happy. I'll let you have the point to have Gail Kim in the ring.
Number 17, this is a return, Asuka.
Okay, Asuka. I know she's been out of action for like almost a year.
So this is the best time to show back up, and especially putting Io Sky at 15. I think Asuka has to be coming like right after that, because I know they were a tag team before, right?
Yep, I believe Damage Control.
18, Bianca Belair.
She's a favorite, I think, for me. She's one of my favorites.
She'll be in the Final 4 as well. So far I'm at 2 of the 4. 19, I have a little surprise. Roxanne Perez.
She is somebody I think I do have on my pool as well. I think that she's going to be in it.
I'm not going to say the Final 4, but I'm going to say she's going to be between the Final 6.
All right.
Number 20. Don't know. I'm going to mispronounce her name wrong, but Michan.
Yeah, Mia Yim. I still call her by like her independent name. Like, I can't get the Michan. Like, I'm not used to calling her Michan.
Number 21, Alex Johnson's favorite, Liv Morgan. I don't want to see her in the Final Four. I really don't. Number 22, I have Bailey. This is where all these top people are coming in now. It's usually between 20 and 30 where we get the good names.
That's kind of like how I did it too with my pool.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar.
23. I put 21 for Liv Morgan, so you know who's going to be coming with the next two. I put Raquel Rodriguez because she's going to help Liv Morgan out.
All right, I like that.
So even if Liv Morgan's not 20 or something, she's going to be a number, and then Raquel is going to be like 2 numbers after that. Watch. I'm calling that
Usually
now.
that is how they do it a lot of the times. I do notice that. That's a good call.
Number 24 is a surprise, Jordan Grace. And I have her in my Final Four.
The news just came out that she did sign with WWE, and if you guys haven't checked out that We Are Wrestling Podcast Extra earlier this week, highly recommend listening to that.
And I could see her being runner-up.
Ooh. So you think she will be like in like the Final Four?
25, I have... you usually have to put a couple, like, not no names, but, like, not top people. 25, I have Dakota Kai.
This is where I'm kind of glad you put her here because I know you're not getting a point because she did get injured during her Intercontinental title, the finals match.
Well, she's coming back, don't worry.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah, watch. For the men's, you can put JD McDonough, and he just got hurt.
I'm glad I did take him off my list before this because I did have him like pretty early.
But props to him for finishing that match.
Oh, absolutely, dude. JD is a professional.
26. This is my winner, Charlotte Flair.
My winner as well. I did say that in the predictions as well.
27. This is a little surprise, Blair Davenport.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in a little while. Like, she was on SmackDown for a few weeks and then, like, disappeared.
That's good. That means she can return. 28 is a return, Becky Lynch.
Yep, I feel like she will show back up at the Rumble.
And if she's showing up between 27 and 30. That's going to be her numbers.
Yeah, I could see that.
29 is usually how Rumbles go, is if there's a surprise at 28, then the next one's not going to be a surprise, and it's going to be it's either between 29 and 30 where you get another surprise. So 29 won't be a surprise. It's going to be Zoe Starks.
Yeah, dude, I could already picture, like, this. You could get 3 points on this one because I could picture somebody, like, getting so excited thinking, like, Alexa Bliss or somebody's going to show up, and then Zoe Starks comes out, and then the fans are just like, wow.
It's every Rumble between that 28 and 30. If there's a surprise at 28, 29 and 30 are going to be disappointing.
Always.
Watch every single Rumble. 29's always disappointing.
I wouldn't say every single Rumble, but, like, in the modern day, yes.
Modern day, yes, modern day. So, and then my number 30 is a return, is Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I think that she will be coming back at the Rumble. I know she's been spotted at the Performance Center the last, like, couple weeks. So I could see that happening.
So that's my 1 through 30. My winner is Charlotte Flair. My runner-up is I almost said Zoe Starks. My runner-up is Jordan Grace. And I don't know, I just think Charlotte Flair is winning. There's been a lot of rumors about her, and she actually said she was going to be on the Rumble.
Yep, they've been having some vignettes showing the last couple weeks on SmackDown.
And she did announce last week she was going to be in the Rumble, so she wasn't doing no surprise. So I think she's going to be a winner.
Yeah, and I know with the Royal Rumble predictions on the live episode of the podcast, I did have Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble, and I think it's going to be her and Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania. I don't see us getting another Charlotte versus Rhea match. But now, let's get into my bracket here for the women.
Let's see yours. Let's see how many.
All right, and I do have like I did throw some interesting curveballs in there, kind of like what you did with Gail Kim and Mickey. So, like, I did want to, like, gamble a little bit, because I know in the women's rumble, we do get a little bit more surprises than, like, the men's, I feel like, nowadays, because, like, the women, they haven't had a rumble. They have, like, the men, they have, like, 30 years worth of rumbles. The women, they have, like, 5 or 6 years.
And
All right,
I'm just gonna,
so,
before you do your list, I'm just gonna get this out right now. WWE definitely messed up this year with doing it. They should have had 40 women and 40 men.
I will say, the way WWE is looking, they could benefit from having a 40
Because they
men and
have
women's rumble.
NXT, and now they just signed a partnership with TNA. This would have been a perfect time to do 40 men, because now with the men and women, you really don't know who's gonna enter.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
Because
I
when
do
I was
think,
doing the
like,
women and men, I left out a bunch
I
of
know they
people.
tried the 40. I know they tried the 40 concept back in 2011, and it didn't work at the time. But I feel like in this Triple H era, with
No,
all
well,
of
they just
these
did it recently in
different
Saudi Arabia.
wrestlers and factions, they could really benefit from having a
They
40
just did a
men rumble.
40 men in Saudi Arabia.
No, I think that was a 50 man. That was like Greatest Royal Rumble or something like
Oh, but
that.
still, 40. Like, you just signed a deal with TNA. Make this a 40 men. Because I left out so many talented people because I didn't know who to pick.
I could see them maybe possibly like when we get the 2 nights with the Royal Rumble. Maybe that's
Definitely
when
two
they'll
nights. If it's two
have
nights,
40.
you got to do 40.
But then again, I know Triple H is a sucker when it comes to like tradition, so we might probably keep the 30 because the 40 didn't work back in 2011. But I feel like with like the
It
roster
would
and
work
like the
now.
way things are
Especially
looking
if you're
now,
putting stupid tag teams in there.
it would work now. I do agree.
And
But now
especially if
let's get into my bracket now
Mhm.
for the women. So here's what I have. Starting off at number 1, I have the Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. And at number 2, I have the United States Champion Chelsea Green. I think that this is a great way to showcase both the new mid-card women champions, having them start off the Royal Rumble and start off pretty strong.
See, I didn't put the IC title her in there because I didn't know if she was gonna have a match.
Well, she's not having a match. She did announce backstage on Raw this past week that she is entering the Rumble and kind of dissed Ivy and Gable. She said that, Gable, this is the closest you're ever going to get to an Intercontinental title. Oh, massive pop. At number 3, I do have the NXT Women's North American Champion, Fallon Henry.
See,
I think
I
that
was debating on putting her in there too.
another mid-card champion, I think just like starting off with some champions. We haven't got that in the Royal Rumble ever, so I could see Triple H doing something like that.
Jeez, who's next? The TNA champion?
You got it right! She is! Masha Slamovich! I am such a mark. I got friggin' 4 champions starting off in the Royal Rumble. We're starting off hot. So I did have to put Masha in there because, of course, the TNA WWE partnership. She has been doing a program right now with Cora Jade. So I definitely see Masha showing up in the Rumble. Good way to advertise TNA and put some more eyes on Masha now that she's like the face of the division. At number 5, I have Liv Morgan. I think that she's going to start off early this year's Rumble. I feel like she's always been like in the middle or at the end. So I think this time around, they're going to give her like a very strong push now that like she's not holding the
I
championship.
think she started early last year.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. But she's starting early in this Rumble. Mark my words, we're getting 3 points for this one. At number 6, I have Kairi Sane. I think that she's gonna do some really cool, like, high spots in this Rumble. Somebody who's very talented, in my opinion. Number 7, Ivy Nile, part of American Made, because they've been teasing her and Lyra, so I feel like if they're gonna have Lyra in the beginning, you're gonna have Ivy in the beginning as well to kind of let them two go at it. And you gotta have some fillers in the beginning, like you said. At number 8, I have Bianca Belair.
Ooh.
Gotta go Lucky 8. She's definitely one of my strong, like, she's one of my dark, like, strong horses that are in the Rumble here. At number 9, Cora Jade, because of her and Masha Slamovich. I feel like that they're gonna have some type of interaction in this Rumble. Then at number 10, Piper Niven, because Chelsea Green, she's gonna need some help at some point, and just like you said, bringing in like the tag partner, like a few like numbers ahead. I think Piper's going to help Chelsea out there. Number 11, B Fab. Don't really care for her, just a filler. Number 12, Raquel Rodriguez. She's going to be there for Liv Morgan. Somebody's got to help her. 13, Bailey. Nobody gives a shit about her. Hopefully she gets eliminated fast.
Unless she comes back as the hugger.
I do miss Hugger Bailey. I'm glad that like you're the only one on the team that is with me on that one. Bailey has fell off so bad. Like how Ben feels about Mercedes Moné, that's how I feel about Bailey, but not like to the extent where like I freaking hate her guts. Ben, I don't know what it is about Mercedes, but number 14, I have Maxine Dupree, and I think that she's actually going to be the one to eliminate Ivy because they have been having this feud for a while since the whole like Chad Gable like turning on Otis and her. I could definitely see her getting like a massive pop, like eliminating Ivy. Number 15, I got Nia Jax. She's gonna just eliminate a bunch of people. Because I always like at the halfway point, they put somebody big in there and they're just gonna throw people over the top rope, clear the ring. 16, I got Michin. 17, Shayna Baszler. 18, Roxanne Perez, which I think that she is.
There. You put her at 18, I put her at 19.
Yeah, so I think with Roxanne Perez, her and Bailey, they've been doing like a little program on NXT. So I think that that's going to carry over to the main roster because I think Roxanne, she had a great NXT World title run. And I think that she's going to be getting called up to the main roster anytime now. So I think the Rumble, great way to transition her over to the main roster. 19, I got Blair Davenport. I think she'll come back. 20, Charlotte Flair. She's the winner, obviously. She's going to have a strong case in the Rumble. Now let's get into some heavy hitters. 21, we got Zoe Starks. 22, Io Sky. I think that she could be in the Final Four, like you said. 23, Candice LeRae, because they do like to put her like in that like 20 range for some reason. 24, we got Naomi. Feel the glow, baby. 25, Natalya. Wish it would be somebody else, but you already know they got to get her out of catering at some point. So what better way than have her come in the Rumble and just get tossed over the top rope like a bushwhacker. 26, Zelina Vega, who now is going to be over on SmackDown with the whole like portal transfer window. She won't be part of LW. Nope, I don't think so. Unless she is actually. Wow, I think she is hurt. Damn. I know you put some well, I'm glad that yeah, not good. Not good, Donnie. 27, Becky Lynch. 27 has been the lucky number in the Royal Rumble. There's always something big happens at that number. What better way than big time the man Becky Lynch showing up. 28, Jordynne Grace, which will get a massive pop. She was in the beginning of last year's Rumble. She was in the beginning of last year's Rumble, so she's going to show up later in the Rumble this year.
I don't like the back-to-back.
And then at 29, Jade Cargill. And then at number 30, she's coming back. I really hope she comes back. I got Alexa Bliss.
I don't see her coming back. They said everything with her was off the charts.
I know. We did talk about it on the We Are Wrestling podcast last week. I think that they're going to figure out her contract situation before Rumble. She's going to show up. Massive reaction. I don't know. I have a feeling. But I am surprised that you and there's a couple names that I'm thinking of on the top of my head right now that we didn't put on our list. One of them I noticed was Nikki Cross. Another one, Scarlett.
I don't think they're going to put any, like, I don't see it. I just don't see it. Just like my men's, I don't even think I have any of the Wyatt family on here.
Yeah, we're just gonna.
If they put the Wyatt family, that's 4 members. That's 4 spots.
That's how I love how like you look at it the same way I look at it because I didn't even put any Wyatt 6 either. But like if there was somebody in the Wyatt 6 that would be in there, I feel like Nikki could fill in like a spot. Nikki Bella, I'm surprised you and I didn't have her either on the list. Because I know there's reports
If I
about
see her, she's coming
WWE
in at
being
number 30.
interested. I could see that happening too. Also, no Michelle McCool, no Trish, no Lita.
I'm telling you, if they're doing a
This
Hall of
Rumble,
Famer,
I didn't really have a lot of surprises.
I just see Mickey James just because she's gonna be there, and she was in the past couple Rumbles.
Yeah, Mickey James, I will be surprised if that actually does happen. That would be kind of crazy. But we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. But now let's move on.
Do we get a point if we get the winner right or anything?
Nothing for the winner. Nope. It's just basically for us, like with our rules, if you do get the wrestler on the number that you selected, 3 points. If your superstar that you have on your list does enter the Rumble, that's a point. So you and we already have a couple points because we already know who's going to be in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
But it matters on can we be 30 for 30? Maybe. We're just going to have to wait and see.
Now let's see who I put on the men because the list on my phone is totally different than the one here. So.
Oh yeah, the men's Rumble. Let's get into it because I think that before we do get into it, I want to know your thoughts because you weren't a part of the live episode yesterday. I want to know your thoughts on this year's men's Rumble because I feel like it is stacked. This feels like a 1992 NBA dream team.
They say it's going to be the best Rumble and star stacked. Yes, you have those first 10 people stacked. But I'm telling you, there's not going to be many surprises. You'll be lucky to get one or two. You got those 10 stacked people that already announced: CM Punk, McIntyre, Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cena. But then you're going to get all not the big stars. Those 20 other people are going to be a bunch of just regular people. You're not going to get all these people that you think you're going to get. People are saying, oh, the Hardys are showing up. Nick Nemeth showing up. These legends are showing up. Brock Lesnar showing up. You're not going to get any. You'll be lucky to get one of those.
You see, that's where I do agree with you because I feel like for the last couple of years when it comes to the Royal Rumble, I've gotten myself way too excited about legends showing up, and it's not like that anymore. 10 years ago
Rumble was
totally different.
You thought all these big, you got a couple, you got two surprises. What were the surprises last year? What were they? I can't even remember
I can't even remember because they weren't memorable.
Because I think not last year, but the year before we got MVP and come back and one more. And that's it. It's been going downhill ever since with surprises.
And, it is definitely not the same. I do agree.
And with a Royal Rumble, you're supposed to be surprised on who comes. We already know 1/3 of who's going to be in it.
That is true.
We already know the first 12 people that are going to be in it.
But that's what I want to say, though. I feel like there's not going to be that many surprises, but I do feel like the names that they do have, this really could have the potential of being one of the best Royal Rumbles.
Oh, yeah, 100% will be the best.
Having Roman, John Cena, AJ Styles with the rumors that he's going to be in this Rumble, having Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, LA Knight. I feel like there's a lot of big names that are in this Rumble. I'm just going to tell
you, it's going to be big names, but it's going to be the big names we already know.
Exactly, and I don't think that there's going to be surprises. We're not going to be getting legends. We're not going to be getting NXT
there's gonna
people.
Be two. I would be surprised. I'd be shocked if there's two people that come in the Rumble that I did not know were going to be there.
Ooh, okay. So you're saying, Cam, right now that 28 out of 30 superstars that you have on this list will be in this year's Rumble.
I'm telling you, there's going to be less than two surprises.
Less than two surprises? Okay.
When I say surprise, I meant people did not know he was showing up.
All right.
With Brock Lesnar, I'd count that as a surprise. Nick Nemeth, a surprise.
Hardy's, I get what you're saying.
That's a surprise. I'll even count Joe Hendry as a surprise, even though I think I put him on my list.
I did too. I think that's an obvious surprise.
But that's an obvious, so I wouldn't really count that because he is going to be in Indianapolis that day.
Mm-hmm.
He's
all right. Well, Cam, let's get into your bracket / pool for this year's men's Rumble.
Let's see who I have at number 1. Number 1, I have Finn Balor. I know he got hurt a couple weeks ago, but you'll see why I picked Balor for number 1 when I say number 2. But number 1, but these first 4, I am not confident in. I
All
just had to
right.
throw in. So number 1, I have Balor. Number these 2 are gonna switch. I feel like they're gonna switch. Number 2, I have Damian Priest, right?
Yep.
And this is just a perfect way to keep the feud. It's either gonna be a flip flop. Priest will be 1. Balor will come out at 2.
Before you do go into number 3, I don't think that this is going to be happening at all because I think they ended the feud at, I think it was Saturday night main event,
No,
or
I
no, it
think
was the episode of Raw. They
it
had
was the
like this
episode
like
of
street
Raw.
fight. I think that like they are moving on from this because
I hope so too.
with the
I hope so
transfer
too.
window, Damian Priest now is on SmackDown.
I hope so too, but this will.
And Finn Balor's been written off of TV, so maybe they're gonna give him a singles push when he comes back.
I hope that's
Probably
what I hope.
distance himself from the Judgment Day.
That's what I hope to happen, but I kind of just put these 2 in there just to get a point. So I
Yeah,
feel
to
like,
kind of, I get it, to kind of spice
because
things
like
up.
I say, when I say my 1 through 4, does not make sense.
All right.
So my number 3 is Brunson Reed. So this was a last minute throw in. He posted on social media. He literally said 2-1-25 in eyes. Wonder what that means.
He's still hurt, dude. Like he like broke his entire leg, man. He's not gonna be in the
But watch,
Rumble.
he's gonna.
I think he'll be in the crowd. They will probably put him in the crowd. I could see that.
But knowing him, I could see him just being in the Rumble for 5 seconds or something. Who knows? Number 4, I have the return. They want him in the Rumble, so AJ, this is just guaranteed. Just these 1 through 4, just trying to get that point. So AJ at 4, I hope he comes back just to make it another great Rumble. 5, Dirty Dom. He's the only one left in Judgment Day at this point now. So
Yeah, him and Carlito.
and I don't see I do not have Carlito on this list. So
Me either.
I think Carlito will help him, but he won't fully come down to the ring as an entrance.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He'll be under the ring or something.
Yeah, Carlito will try to help Dirty Dom. I could see
Mm-hmm.
that happening.
What am I asked? This is number 6.
Number 6.
So this is a surprise. He did an independent thing, but then he forfeited those tag team titles, and he said he was going back to WWE. As much as everyone hates him.
Pro Wrestling Noah, man, he went to Japan, got some in-ring experience. I could see this happening. I didn't have him on my list, but this is a good surprise, Cam. I will give you that.
Because
This
I
could
saw on
happen.
social media he did relinquish that tag title.
And he
And
didn't
he
he
said
like
he's
say he
going
was
back
going to come back to WWE?
He did, and this would be the perfect time to come back. So I have Omos at the 6 or something.
Yep.
Number 7, you got to put this guy in the Rumble. Come on, it's not a Rumble without my favorite R-Truth. Got to put him in the Rumble. He's gonna do something stupid, especially if Dirty Dom's still in there. He's gonna do something. He's a fan.
Try to work with him because he still thinks he's in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, just like the T-shirt says. Next is Rey Mysterio. He was a lock, so it's just a guaranteed point because he already announced he was gonna be in it.
So at number 8, Rey Mysterio.
Number 9, Penta. This would be a perfect. I'm telling you, these 2 are gonna be back to back or within the first couple. It's gonna be Rey Mysterio, someone Penta, someone Rey Mysterio. They're gonna do it, and they're gonna do a stare off.
I could actually see something like that happening.
I can see it happening, and then I would love. And Penta's it's another lock point, but I just want to see one of those. I could see that happening.
All right, I like that.
And if the Monday Night episode came out before this, I would have put Braun Breaker next because he did look at Braun Breaker, but I don't. I have Carmelo Hayes, as you saw. I could see him being in the Rumble. Um,
Whoop.
oh, next, you got to put that tag team in there. So Kofi and the New Day, I see them in the Rumble.
They
That's the
have been
one
getting
tag team.
major heat, so I could see them in the Rumble.
So Kofi next, as you can probably always saw, I believe he will be in Indy that day, and I could see him being in the Rumble. He'll have the best pop, and especially since he just won the title, I do see Joe Hendry in the Rumble.
I see it happening
Um,
too.
what am I at? 11.
I don't even know what number you're
Yeah,
at,
yeah. I'm
man.
just gonna keep going.
Just
Next,
go.
Xavier Woods. Like I said, if you have that one partner, the next one will come eventually. So Xavier Woods. Next, Jay Uso. He's a guaranteed lock, and I like him in the middle. I like him in the middle. I don't want to see him in the beginning. He was in the beginning last year. I could see him in the middle this year. Next is Sami Zayn. Why not? Jey Uso is right in front of him. They're doing a cool little storyline now with Sami I could see Sami Zayn turning heel
Yeah,
now,
because
and
I like the arc that they're doing with Sammy
mm-hmm,
because like he's always been a selfless guy. So now that like he's trying to like focus on getting the world championship and like focus on winning the Royal Rumble,
mm-hmm,
trying to be selfish for once in his life, like now like he's making
mm-hmm,
mistakes and like
and
hitting
he
people by
already
accident.
messed up with Seth Rollins. He messed up with Cody, and this is a perfect way to finish it off by eliminating Jey Uso. I think he's gonna be the one to eliminate Jey Uso
Ooh, oh, by accident.
by
That
accident.
that could happen.
Yes, by accident.
Okay.
Next is Drew McIntyre. Why not? These three are coming at each other. It's boom, boom, boom. I just see Sammy and Drew and Jay all coming together at some point in the Rumble, like within a couple spots of each other. Next is Jimmy Uso. If I just had a filler. I had to put a filler in. Like I said, you're not going to get many surprises. It's going to be Jimmy Uso.
So what Cam's trying to
Next
say
is
is Jay is better than Jimmy.
yes. Next is Jacob Fatu. You got to have a couple members of the other bloodline, especially if Jimmy and Jay are in the Rumble already. You're gonna have Jacob Fatu. You're just gonna have him. Next, Braun Strowman. They just put on a phenomenal match at Saturday Night Main Event, and Braun Strowman will come out within the next two spots right after Fatu comes out, and they're gonna face to face, and they're gonna beat each other up again. Next, LA Knight, another lock. He said he was coming in the Rumble, so I just put him in a certain spot. I think I'm in close to 20 by now. I don't know.
Yep, I think
I
you are like 19 or 20 right
Yeah,
now.
and I could just see him there. Next, Solo. If you have Jacob, you're gonna have Solo. Um, Next this is not a surprise because he already announced he's gonna be in it. Logan Paul.
Nuclear heat on Raw, man.
hmm Next
Nuclear
is
heat.
Shinsuke, another lock. He said he was going to be in the Rumble. Might as well, and I could see him coming in the early 20s. Next is Roman. Now we get into the good people. Roman, he's going to be in the Final Four. After Roman, it goes Sheamus. He's gonna be in there because they're gonna have all these heavyweight champions in the ring, and why not put Sheamus in the mix? Next is this is the only member I have, Uncle Howdy. I could see him in the Rumble, and I hope he actually is in the Rumble. It'd be pretty cool,
You see,
but
I
it
feel like if
probably
Uncle Howdy's gonna be in it, I feel like it's gonna be early.
yeah. But why not put him in it and try to start a feud with a heavyweight person?
Yeah, you could always start a feud. Yeah.
Next, the fan favorite. Everyone thinks John Cena is gonna win. I don't have him winning, but I don't
So
even
this
know
is
who I
number
have winning.
27.
Actually, I don't know who I have winning. Actually, so I gotta look at the messages I sent you. 28, Seth Rollins. 29, I think I have the return, Randy Orton. And then number 30, CM Punk. And actually, this is my winner. CM Punk's my winner. And I could see him winning, and I hope he wins. But I think I have a pretty solid list. Like I said, I have no surprises besides for Hendry. Like I'm
Well,
telling
I
you, there's
think I
gonna
think Bronson Reed, man, would be a surprise because he got like
yeah, but
seriously
like
hurt.
I'm when I say surprise, like it has to be someone you don't expect.
Well, I'm not expecting Bronson Reed
Oh, well,
to
well,
get
I
on
hope he's in
crutches
there,
and show
but
up in the
but
ring.
like I said, my list there's like no surprises. Like yeah, maybe Randy's a surprise, but like I'm telling you, there's gonna be less than two surprises this Rumble.
All right, well, we're gonna have to hold you accountable for that. So now let's
Let's
get
see yours.
into my men's Royal Rumble list, and I'm very excited about this Rumble this year. I think that it is the most unpredictable until
Oh,
this past
100%.
Monday on Raw, which I will get into my winner at the end of this. Which, if you guys already were a part of the live episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast, when we gave our Royal Rumble predictions, you guys already know who I have winning. But yeah, let's get into my Rumble here. So, at number 1, I have Carmelo Hayes. And then at number 2, I have Andrade. The two, they have had a great series of matches throughout 2024. I think to start off the Rumble, two great pros, professional wrestlers just starting off, getting the crowd hot. At number 3, I have Sheamus. Usually he is like in the 20s to 30s, so I feel like this time around, he's just going to start super
Maybe.
early. Number 4, I got Penta. I think they're going to give him a very early start, and he's going to be in the Rumble for quite a while and make a
Hmm.
name for himself.
He'll probably be in one of the longest people to be in it.
Yeah, I was going to say this year's Rumble, I feel like he will. Number 5, I have Santos Escobar. I think that we're going to get some luchadors like in this like in the beginning of this Rumble. That's why I have Andrade, I got Penta, and I got Santos. Then at number 6, I have Tama Tonga. I think that he'll start off pretty early. He's one of like the tag teams, like the groups that I have in the Rumble. Number 7, Ludwig
Ooh.
Kaiser. Number 8, Joe Hendry. I think that he'll get an early spot in the Rumble. For some reason, like with the TNA crossovers, they like to have him in the beginning of the Rumbles, I feel
I've
like.
noticed that, yeah.
So I think I'm gonna keep it as that because I feel like that can get me a 3 points. Number 9, Kofi Kingston, a part of the New Day. I don't have Xavier on my list because I think it's going to
Ooh.
be one or the other. Because Kofi, he always has a crazy spot in the Rumble. And I feel like this time around, like he's going to try to do a crazy spot and then like completely botch it or something. And the crowd's going to get a laugh. Number 10, I got Jimmy Uso. I think that he's going to be in there early, probably fight Tama Tonga a little bit because they have that little rivalry. Number 11, I got All Ego Ethan Page. I think that he's going to show up in the Rumble and be in there for quite a while because with WWE, man, when he joined, it took was 6 weeks to give him the NXT championship, and he even had a segment with The Rock when he showed up in NXT.
Hmm.
So I think that they have big plans for All Ego, and I think what better way than make him look good in this Rumble. Number 12, I have Chad Gable, because you already know he's been somebody who's been very solid in like the mid-card, like heel run, so I think he'll be in there. 13, LA Knight, yeah. Because you do got to get some star power in there. 14, Damian Priest. I think that because usually I feel like he's like 20 to 30, so they're going to throw him at 14. Kind of give us a little curveball. 15, I have Rey Mysterio in there, and I hope that him and Penta, they do have that spot where they're looking at each other face to face. Crowd's going to do a holy shit chant, and then we're going to get a couple luchador, like Hurricanranas and stuff. 16, Shinsuke Nakamura, United States Champion. 17, Karrion Kross. 18, Jacob Fatu, which I think Fatu will have the most eliminations in this year's Rumble, because if Saturday night's main event taught me something, it's they are putting a rocket ship on this dude, and within the next couple years, he will be main eventing a WrestleMania, and he will be a world champion. 19, Dirty Dom. Number 20, the Maverick, Logan Paul. And I think that he is going to be in the Final Four. I could see it happening.
I can see that.
Possibly. Number 21, I have Whoop That Trick. I got Trick Williams in there. Another guy from NXT. I feel like I could just see him showing up there because he's done everything in NXT. So I feel like he's going to be transitioning to the main roster pretty soon.
I don't know about that. That last episode of NXT wants that NXT title back.
Well, too bad. He's going in the Rumble. 22, I got Drew McIntyre. He's going to make a strong case. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen the predictions, highly recommend going to listen to that because
He'll be in the final four.
I got some predictions with Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. 23, John Cena. And there's a little Easter egg here. I put John Cena at number 23 because that is how long he has been in the WWE for on the main roster since 2002. So I kind of put him there at number 23. I hope my Steiner math is correct here. Number 24, CM Punk. And he is the guy who I have winning this year's Royal Rumble, especially with Monday Night Raw, the way things ended with him and Cody Rhodes. I think that that's what we're leading towards. Punk's going to get that main event match, and Paul Heyman's favor is going to play a factor in that match. 25, Roman Reigns. Number 26, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I really do hope that he shows back up at the Royal Rumble. 27, Braun Breaker, Intercontinental Champion, which I kind of regret putting him at 27. I should have put him a little bit more earlier in the Rumble. 28, Sami Zayn. Number 29, Seth freaking Rollins. So you and I, we had Seth Rollins very close at the end. And then at number 30, I have main event Jey Uso. Yee.
And Cena's been in the WWE for 24 years.
Ooh, so I kind of messed that up then. So it would be Punk 23, Cena, but I can't switch it now. So I did my math. I was very incorrect.
I would say it's different than mine.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we both took different approaches.
I messed up on a couple of people. I could say I think you messed up a couple. I think a couple confirmed that you don't have on your list.
Like who?
I was trying to look it up on my phone, but there's I think one or two that I had on mine that confirmed that you didn't have.
Well, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
And I know Braun Breaker did confirm that.
So some of the like notable names that I didn't have in my Rumble card, one of them was what the hell? Like I lost my train of thought. Like I had like it in my head and
who is it?
Oh, Solo Sikoa. So the reason why I didn't have Solo Sikoa on my list was because he walked away on SmackDown, and I think that they're going to wait until after the Royal Rumble to bring him back, and they're going to do this like whole vignette thing and probably build him back up with like a whole new like bloodline, because I know they're not going to be going by the bloodline name anymore, him, Fatu, and Tama Tonga. So I think that they're going to like kind of slowly bring him back on TV, and I don't think the Rumble is the place. Finn Balor, he was another guy I didn't have on the list, because I think that they're giving him time like off right now so that they can kind of build him up like to pretty much like distance himself from the Judgment Day. So yeah, I did have Dirty Dom in there. He was I think in the middle. He was like number 19 or 20. I did have Dirty Dom on there. Let me see real quick. Yep, Dirty Dom is right there.
Oh, okay.
He is after Jacob Fatu.
What's he?
R-Truth, I know you had him. I didn't. I'm kind of regretting that now because I could kind of see R-Truth doing something in the Rumble.
I had Omos too, and you didn't have him.
Omos, I do kind of regret that, I will say.
And...
So yeah, there were some people that you had that I didn't have, but that's what's gonna make this little challenge interesting. We're gonna see who wins.
I did have Santos Escobar, but then I changed that last minute.
Yeah, I think Santos will be in there. I feel like, but we're gonna have to wait and see. Obviously, we don't know who won yet because the Rumble hasn't happened yet. But if you guys want to witness us watching the WWE Royal Rumble, this Saturday we'll be doing a live watch along here on the We Are Wrestling channel. And we'll get the results next week, and the loser will do some type of forfeit. We haven't really decided what it's going to be, but Cam and I, we're going to see who can get the W here. I'm interested to see.
I mean, we have the same winners.
we have the same winners, but like I want to know like who you have like on your numbers that you're gonna get right, and vice versa.
I think that's what it comes down to because bless you, we have different people. So I think it comes down to if we have a spot right.
I think that's what it all comes down to. We're just going to have to wait and see because I think those 3 points, they're going to make a huge impact here. Because you can have all the people right, but if you get the placements correct, you're adding a couple extra points to it. So may the better man win. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I don't have a good track record when it comes to these challenges. Phil whooped my ass in the last 2, so hopefully I can redeem myself. But guys, let us know in the comment section below where you think these superstars are going to land in the Royal Rumble. Who do you think Cam missed? Who do you think I missed? Who's somebody that maybe we had on our list that you didn't have? Let us know, because anything can happen in the Royal Rumble, and that's what makes this the best WWE PLE pay-per-view. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now, because if you guys want more challenges like this, we'll give it to you guys. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications, because tomorrow we will be doing the poll for our top 30 We Are Wrestling fans, and they'll be having a chance at winning some free stuff. So we'll be drawing those numbers, 30 of the biggest fans all competing. They'll be getting a number, and we're going to be giving away 2 things to 2 winners. Men's and women's. Links down in the description box below. You can go follow Cam and myself over on our social medias. If you guys want to go check out my toy channel, Best One Donnie, it is down in the links below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.